Hello everybody, Jeremy here. Welcome to Action Figure Window Shopping, episode 63, the weekly show where I take a look at some cool toys and collectibles that caught my eye over the past week, and in this case, even a little bit of news, and I share my thoughts about those things with you. Now, last week, McFarland Toys had their winter showcase, and I did a video showing all of the different announcements from the winter showcase. But they had another day after March the 2nd. They had an encore day. And on that day, they went a bit DC nuts. And here are those reveals from the McFarland Toys Winter Showcase Encore, starting with Steel. Steel from Reign of the Superman is coming out later this year. And wow, when I made a video back on my first channel about the different figures that I wanted to see McFarlane Toys make, Steel was one of the characters on that list, along with a bunch of other figures that have since been announced or even released. But I am so happy that we're getting this Steel here. You know, we're gonna get all these figures from the Reign of the Superman, at least a version of them. The only one we have left basically is the Cyborg Superman. So hopefully we can get that this year as well, so we can put them next to our Eradicator and Superboy, and then maybe, just maybe, we can get a black suit Superman with long hair. That's another figure that I want McFarlane to do. But this Steel looks really, really great. I cannot wait to see him again on the store shelves. Another announcement from McFarland Toys is Superman from Hush. We just got the Batman Hush. We saw a figure from that. And now this is the Superman Hush. So this one is also coming out later this year. They didn't say it was a gold label or exclusive to anywhere else. So maybe this is a mass release. But this is what Superman looks like in Hush. Next up. This is the big one, literally. This is a 12-inch statue of Batman from the upcoming Flash movie, and he looks really awesome. The pre-orders are available now in the usual stores, either the McFarland Toy Store or GameStop or Target. Currently sold out on Amazon, but maybe it'll come back. But yeah, this figure looks awesome. The Michael Keaton Batman, can't wait to see him in that movie. And this is the statue version of him, 12 inches tall, and $39.99 is going to be the price on this guy. We are also getting a 12-inch Flash figure that's also available for pre-order right now, and from the same movie, from the upcoming Flash movie. So if you are into this version of the Flash, you can get those cool effects. You can get him and Batman, get a little bit of a diorama going on. And these were really good announcements. But the best announcement, I think, that I didn't see coming, maybe it was leaked at some point, I don't know, I didn't see it, but this. The best darn Batmobile from any Batman live action movie, in my opinion. It's the 1989 Batman Michael Keaton Batmobile. Oh my God. Yes, it is coming soon. Although there is limited official information about this, rumor has it that it is going to be able to fit a full 7-inch figure. And even though they haven't revealed a 7-inch Batman figure from this movie, it's got to be coming soon. It has to. And imagine if you can put that Batman inside of this Batmobile. It will be amazing. Now, the price on this still not yet official. At least McFarland Toys hasn't said anything about it, but the rumors say that it's going to be like $80, which when you look at this, and then a lot of people have been comparing it to the HasLab Engine of Vengeance and how that was $350, that failed crowdfunding campaign that they had. And if this can come out to be like $80, which I think McFarland Toys is more than capable of doing, I mean, it'll just show that that was just completely ridiculous what Hasbro tried to do there. But yeah, this is the only shot that we get of this. Don't know if there's going to be any cool flame effects like you can see in this GIF down here. But hey, maybe if you have a flame effect yourself, maybe you can like glue it on or something, you know, and it would just look absolutely awesome. So it is beautiful, this Batmobile. I cannot wait to see more of this. So that's all the McFarlane reveals for the past week. But while I was looking at this over on Instagram, something else had caught my eye that was posted. Now, these are figures of a biblical nature. This is Kickstarter, where something called Biblical Adventures is currently getting crowdfunded. They need a total of $80,000 to reach their goal, and they're currently sitting at $53,956. And this is from a company called D13 Toys, which apparently is a 15-year veteran in the toy industry. And they're creating these action figures based on historical persons from the Bible, the Christian Bible. So let's just run through these real quick because this is something that you don't see every day, right? All right, so go past the text and you can see that they are now taking pledges for book one. And here are the figures from book one. First, we have Jesus, right? The main character. I kind of don't want to call him, but you know what I mean. Jesus Christ, Divine Mercy. Okay, now this is based on a painting, the famous painting called Jesus, I Trust in You. He comes with a white robe and wired white himation. A set of stigmata hands and feet, red and blue rays can be secured to his chest, a gold halo, and footprints on the sand base. So, they're like covering all of it there. So this is Jesus Christ, the Divine Mercy version. And then they also have in this book, you got Black Jesus. This is the African portrait of Jesus there. So this is his look based on an oil painting that took the existing head of Christ by Warner Salmon and reworked it into an image of Black Jesus. He's got an off-white robe, a wired royal purple himation, a golden yellow sash, standard and stigmata hands and feet, a gold halo, loaves, and fish. Tongues of fire, a walking staff, and a translucent walk-on-water base. I gotta admit, man, those are some pretty cool sounding accessories. So look at that. Everything that you get with Black Jesus. And then there's also John the Baptist there. Comes with a couple of different heads. And Fontaine St. Michael. That's pretty cool. And then there's army builders too. You can build an army of tan-skinned angels. You see, look at that. You got the sword and a shield. There's a demon army builder. These are the pig-faced demons. A pool of blood there based on this artwork. And then this is all that you would get in book one. Now, there's also some other things that, if the campaign goes well enough, you'll be able to get even more things. Check out this Grotesque Demons 2-pack here. Here's the Red Devils 2-pack. And then here's Jesus Christ Translucent Blue, which is a Kickstarter exclusive. Okay, and then if they get to $85,000 in backings, you'll get the bronze laver, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but this golden bowl here. And then there's book two at $90,000 worth of pledges that come with these characters. The Demon Army Builder Bug Eyes Demon, and then also the Angel Builder with light skin, so you get tan skin and then light skin. Sacred Heart Jesus. Saint Michael the Archangel, Saint Anthony of Padua, and Moses, the elder version of Moses. Look at that. He's got the tablets there, the 10 Commandments. He's got his, I'm trying not to be heretical, but the trademark cane, whenever you see Moses and stuff, he's got the cane and he's walking and stuff, it's Moses. So you got Moses there. He's all bearded up. Something about that is just kind of cool to me. Like, it's a Moses action figure. And then this is the complete book too. But anyway, if you are interested in such things, the Biblical Adventures action figures, you can back this project. It's got 17 days to go, and there's still quite a ways away from meeting a goal to make this into a reality. And these are 6-inch scale figures. So yeah, I'll leave a link if you're interested, and then you can find these figures there. Okay, now before we move on, a little bit of news, because I've been seeing a lot of things about Funko, and the headlines all say that Funko is going to be throwing a whole bunch of Funko Pops into a landfill. And I don't know where exactly they're getting the whole landfill idea from, but Funko is going to destroy at least $30 million worth of merchandise because they came out with their financial statistics for the 2022 fiscal year. And in that, they talked about, how much money they gained, how much money they lost, and things that's going to offset one thing or another. But here's the big takeaway from this. It says that inventory at year end totaled $246.4 million, which is an increase of 48% compared to a year ago. This includes inventory that the company tends to eliminate in the first half of 2023 to reduce fulfillment costs by managing inventory levels to align with the operating capacity of our distribution center. This is expected to result in a write-down in the first half of 2023 of approximately 30 to 36 million dollars, not billion. Oh my God. $1 million. So in corporate speak, it means that they got way too much inventory and there's no way that they can sell it all, and their warehouses are getting too full, so they're going to eliminate them, however that means. So the headlines kept saying that they're going to be throwing $30 million worth of Funko Pops into a landfill, which is possible. But then again, there may not be a landfill involved. We're not sure how they're going to eliminate them because there is nothing in the official press release that says how they're going to eliminate them, but they just are going to get rid of them. And then they'll have themselves a nice little write down as a result of that. But yeah, Funko's got way too much stuff on hand, and they kind of fell into the same trap that a lot of other companies did during the height of the pandemic, where business was booming due to a lot of people being at home more, shopping more online, and then having more disposable income, perhaps as a result of not having to travel into work and save money on gas. And then you had some stimulus checks and you just wanted to feel good while everything kind of crumbled around you. So you bought more stuff. And as things have settled down and started to try to come back to normal a bit, all that extra inventory has nowhere to go. So Funko has fallen victim to that, and we'll see how they work their way out of it. Now, let's move on to something else real quick. So you know that Target's got the Hallathon going on right now. I haven't seen any of this stuff in any Target store that I have been to, because my closest Target stores, I don't know what the problem is, but it's just not there. It's not there. There's no indication that it ever was there. But you can buy these things online, and it's going to be happening every Friday. Okay, so this is haul one, but at this point, most of this stuff is already sold out because this happened many days ago. So this was available during the first week. You got these two Bebop and Rocksteadies. You had all these 2-packs. The only one that's still here is this blue guy right there. It's the only one that you can add to the cart still. And then this Shredder clone right here was one of the last holdouts that you could buy online. When everything else was sold out, the Shredder clone was still available, but it is no longer available to purchase online. You're going to have to go into the stores and try your luck there. And then, Hello Kitty that no one cares about. And then the TMNT Baby Turtles accessory pack, which was like the first thing to go. So if you ever do want to get your hands on these, you do have to exercise some patience, because sometimes these figures do come back in stock sort of just at random, and then you'll be able to try to pick it up there. And then perhaps NECA at some point in the future will put these on their website, and it'll be a pre-order or something like that so that you can try to get it there. But just try to be patient and do not buy from those third-party sellers on eBay and Mercari and whatnot that really jack up the price. Just try to fight it. So yeah, more Hallathon stuff coming up this Friday. Now, speaking of turtle stuff, from the toy book, okay, there's like this big book of toys, and it has all these reveals in it. And one of the reveals was some upcoming figures from the Loyal Subjects. So they have this BST AXN line, Best Action line. They got TMNT stuff, a lot of like Toon Turtles, things like that. They're coming out with some more stuff, and here's one of them. So this is the Ninja Turtles with motorcycles, and this is coming out in the late spring of 2023. Take a look at them. They are not your traditional looking turtles. They're a lot more grungy, a lot more serious looking. And this was revealed here in that toy book for the MSRP of $49.99. So there's Leonardo there. It's even got a motorcycle helmet, and then Raphael right there without a motorcycle helmet because, I figured Raphael would do something like that. But yeah, look at that. You got the blue bike, you got the red bike, and then here's some other figures as well. It says that Raphael is going to be available exclusively at Target, while Leonardo will be at Walmart. Michelangelo and Donatello. Michelangelo is going to be at Target. Donatello is going to be at Walmart. And they're going to hit the streets this fall with coinciding purple and orange street bikes. So yeah, you're going to have to bounce around to those stores, but you can get them all with those bikes. And here's some other figures from the Best Action line that's going to be coming out in late spring 2023. This is Wave 4, and they include April O'Neil with the orange boots and a yellow jumpsuit, 2 variants of Casey Jones, one in color and one monochrome, Rocksteady Street Thug, and a purple metallic crane with a walker. And each figure comes with accessories including interchangeable hands, heads, weapons, and more. So that is a look at these figures here. And yeah, this line, there are a lot of different figures from this line, from the cartoons and from the comic book as well. They got shredders, they got foot soldiers, some of them are in box sets. And if you look in the collectible section at Walmart back in electronics, that is where you can find these things. And yeah, so if you kind of like this type of turtle stuff and you want to pay around $20 per figure, maybe the NECA stuff is a little bit too expensive, or maybe you don't like the articulation too much and you don't want to go too far down to the stuff that Playmates does, I think that this line is a nice middle ground that can satisfy both the quality of the way that the figures look and the articulation for a slightly lesser price than what NECA charges. So there we go. That's the TMNT stuff from the loyal subjects. Now, still keeping with the TMNT stuff over on Big Bag Toy Store is this. Now, this is a 1/6 scale Michelangelo figure from Big Boys Toys, JT Studio. $399 to come out in the fourth quarter of 2023. Now, looking at this, you're like, what is going on? You got Michelangelo, but he's got a skateboard. What is this? Well, here's the description. When street basketball and ninja culture collides, a crazy toy is born. These new TMNT figures take you on an unparalleled journey of rhythm, from the street basketball court to the pinnacle of the ninja world. The popular street style is blended in a world of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to create a unique turtle design. So here's the thing. It's not actually a Ninja Turtle. There's a dude under there. All right, let's look at that. And then there's a backpack. There's a human under that. There it is. So this is the guy, and he's basically just wearing a TMNT head, but it is an officially licensed product. So he's got a skateboard. More details about him is limited to 299 pieces. It's articulated, made of plastic and fabric, comes with a Michelangelo figure and a mask, 2 pairs of hands, basketball, backpack, 2 wristbands, a hat, skateboard, boombox, and a stand. And then there's also a Leonardo from this line as well. Same thing going on here. You got this mask, and then underneath the mask is this guy right here, Leonardo, and he's got a couple of swords, and there's the basketball. It's a very unique thing, so whether or not it's your style, is kind of up to you. The way that this kind of face is, kind of like the sunken in eyes or whatever, so if that's not really your thing, I totally understand. But yeah, these turtles, they're like all over the place in so many different forms, but this is expensive. $400 for this. So definitely out of my price range, but yeah, I would like to see a video of these guys in action and see how it is. So yeah, it's from Big Boy Toys and JT Studios. All right, what else we got up here next? Earthworm Jim, the Soil Heated Crawl. Now, I used to play Earthworm Jim a long time ago. Games were hard back then, and Earthworm Jim was definitely a little bit more challenging. But here is a Big Bag Toy Store exclusive Earthworm Jim figure in boxer shorts with the hearts on it. So he's going to be coming out second quarter of 2023. It is $60 from Premium DNA, and it is a 6-inch tall figure with 27 points of articulation and interchangeable head scopes. So Yeah, you got to be of a certain generation to know and appreciate Earthworm Jim. And I'm actually kind of surprised that we haven't seen like more remakes and stuff or Earthworm Jim or just like cameos in different games and whatnot. But they're still making characters of them. In fact, they're still making characters of a lot of these different figures. All these pre-orders are available for these classic Earthworm Jim characters like the Psychro here. I remember seeing this guy a lot. Here's Jim Bob and the Killer Goldfish. 54.99. We've got Professor Monkey for a head. That's interesting. And then there's a regular Earthworm Jim figure, and then there's also an accessory set. So yeah, relive the childhood of hard games with moments that you probably didn't want your parents to see or hear in Earthworm Jim in action figure form. All right. Now, here's something that just came out that I love from Super 7, the Treehouse of Horror figures from The Simpsons. The reaction figures are out right now. You can get all of them for $80, or you can get individually for $20 each. I remember looking at these when they were first announced, or at least talking about them, because they didn't actually show what the figures are going to look like. But, you know, as a old school Simpsons fan, I was able to figure it out. So here are these 4 figures here. Now we get the Grim Reaper Homer, complete with the skeleton hand. We have Marge as a skeleton with Snowball in her chest. We've got the Bob Dole Kang figure from, this is all Treehouse of Horror stuff. So we also get the Bob Dole face as well as an accessory with Kang underneath it. And then we have Inside Out Bart from the end of that Treehouse of Horror episode, where that fog turns everybody inside out. So he's got the hat right there. He's got the cane. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. So I really do like these reaction figures of The Simpsons. This is the 3rd wave that they had, with the second one being based on Troy McClure and the first one being based on McBain. And can't wait to see what's coming up next in this line. Now, we're almost done here, sweeping back to Bit Bag Toy Store. I saw this Mythic Legions figure, and Mythic Legions is a line that I keep saying I need to buy one figure from, because I love how these figures look, and I'm even more so going to be into the next or the upcoming line from 4 Horsemen that's going to be Cosmic Legions. So Cosmic Legions is going to be more space-based, and that's what I'm more so into. But there's some figures from the regular Mythic Legions line that is just so amazing, like this one. Necronominous Sir Yukzak. Ogre Scale Deluxe figure, $74.99, because I am a sucker for white and gold or silver and gold and wings and just like the whole decked out in armor, stuff like that. He just looks so incredibly regal, but there's a skull underneath that mask. But besides that, this is an awesome figure. I love that purple too. That's a nice contrast between everything else. So when I saw this figure, I'm like, yeah, I definitely got to talk about him. He just looks awesome. He's 9 inches tall, so pretty tall. It's plastic, of course. And it comes with the figure, a helmeted head, a skull head, shoulder armor, and a hammer. And you know what this reminds me of? Warhammer. Warhammer is an awesome franchise that I've been learning more and more about and getting into. And I know that Joy Toy has a bunch of different Warhammer figures. And because I saw this Mythic Legions figure, I'm like, you know what? This kind of reminds me of a Warhammer character, like the Adeptus Custodes, Alaris Custodian, Ossier Archimaxis figure, whatever. It's a custodian, right? Custodians, these huge, strong warriors decked out in gold armor. Everyone loves the custodians. And Joy Toy makes some really, really nice figures. They're small, but they can be pricey, like $53.99 for this particular figure here. In fact, I have one Joy Toy figure I can show you. So this is one figure from their Battle for the Stars line. And this is just like a soldier dude. He's got like a jetpack right here. And these aren't very big figures, like around the 3 to 4 inch scale, but they are really highly detailed, highly articulatable, and they got a pretty decent weight to them for them to be so small. There's no metal or anything like that, but these figures, they look great, and they're great for like army building and stuff like that. So if you're kind of into that thing, I definitely recommend you give them a shot. They sell them on Amazon as well. But yeah, back to the Custodian. Doesn't he look amazing? Just look at the details of these weapons. If you don't want to paint miniatures or whatever, you don't think you can do these justice, I think Joy Toy does a fantastic job. Just all the different layerings and shadings on that axe there, the jewel encrusted everything. Just really awesome looking Custodians. And they got a lot of other different characters as well. You got Battle Sisters, Space Marines, Chaos Marines, like everybody's there. Everybody's there. So this is a great looking figure. And last but certainly not least, since we're talking about Warhammer, I wanted to kind of wrap it up with the older figure here of Gregor Eisenhorn. And this is from Games Workshop. Looks like you can even buy them right now. But this is not a new figure. I think this came out in like 2018. But I thought it would be appropriate to wrap it up with Eisenhorn here. Because I have been listening to the audiobook of Eisenhorn's Adventures. There's 4 books and I'm on book 2. And this figure is from the Black Library Collection 2018. So Eisenhorn is an Inquisitor, which in the Warhammer world is basically a guy who has a lot of influence, a lot of power, a lot of control over almost everything. The type of person that you definitely don't want to cross, because if he so see fits, he could have your whole planet destroyed. And Eisenhorn is a great character. He's described as if Jack Bauer from 24 were an Inquisitor, he would probably be Eisenhorn. And it's very well narrated, and it was a very great story, that first book, and I'm on the second book now. So, if you're kind of into or thinking about getting into Warhammer and you're looking for a place to start, or at least something that you can go into and not really know a whole lot beforehand, but, just kind of get into the story, highly recommend the Eisenhorn books. You can find them on Audible if you don't want to read them. So with that is going to do it for Action Figure Window Shopping episode 63. A lot of really cool figures to look at this week, and hopefully next week will be just the same. All right, you guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching. And if you like content like this, videos like this, be sure to leave a like, a comment, and or subscribe. And I will see you next week.